and welcome to Ingfield for this pre-season friendly between Pontefract Collieries and Stocksbridge Park Steels. I'm your commentator for this afternoon's match, Adam Allcroft, as we look forward to this one. Pontefract Collieries are having a big renovation of their ground over at Beechnut Lane, so they're making a temporary home here. It's their first time playing at home at Ingfield, the home of Ossett United. Ground that we finally got a win at last season, that last minute winner from Alex Hardwick, as the Seals get themselves another tough test as they get ready for the season coming. Let's go through the Stocksbridge team for you now. So it is as follows. So it is as follows. So it's Ben Townsend in goal, then Tom Charlesworth, Jack Tinker, Curtis Turner, Paul Eagledon, Elliot Owen, Alex O'Connor, Oliver Greshlat, Luke Roshan, Jack Noguchi and Jordan Barnett. Go through the bench later as the game is now underway. So it's Stocksbridge Park Steels wearing the claret and blue shirts, claret shorts, claret socks, going from left to right. We're here at the corner of the ground, right where the entrance is. While Pontefract Collieries are in a blue and black shirt, blue shorts, black socks, kicking from right to left. And it's the number 2 for Pontefract. We haven't been provided with Team 5 Pontefract just yet. We'll keep checking on their social media to see if they have put one out, and we will put it on our graphic. Don't seem like the scoreboard is coming up just yet as well, and we will look to sort that. As Ponty have just got the ball down the right a bit, but gone out for a throw-in. Ball ricochets in the middle, goes to Curtis Turner, who makes his return after being on holiday for his honeymoon. Rawson on the left, back to Greshlat, who's moving on the left, tries to chip it over, takes a bit of a deflection, and Pontefract able to clear it to their number 10. Now they'll play it back to their goalkeeper. We told before, this is a 17-year-old goalkeeper getting a chance to impress the first team. It's a good kick forward, looking for their number 9, but Owen, a former Pontefract player, climbs over his man, no free kick given, despite the fact it probably should have been. Back to the 5 now for Pontefract, who sends it down the channel and headed away by Eagledon and goes out for the throw-in. So he's back as Pontefract take it back to the left, knocked over the top and headed on, and Charles gets away but not fully away. Pontefract able to keep the attack going with a few headers, but then eventually O'Connor's able to clear that one away. Down the right it goes, and now back to the Pontefract goalkeeper. As a foul. Stocksbridge committed a foul. Well, I thought Stocksbridge had committed the foul on the Pontefract player. Turns out, no, it's a Stocksbridge free kick. 2 minutes gone in this game so far. It's 0-0 here. So Townsend will come up to take the free kick, and plenty of Stocksbridge players gone forward. We saw this quite a bit last season, where Townsend would try and turn these free kicks in his own half into an attacking move. But big ball down into the channel, but well claimed by the young goalkeeper in the Pontefract goal. Stocksbridge played very, very well against Pontefract last year. It's a 4-0 win at Beechnut Lane, and then a 3-0 win at Brackenmore. Did just struggle against the Seal last year. Have a really poor record at Brackenmore over the last 10 years, but Townsend just claims the ball after it was headed into his area. But it's a very different futures beckoning for Pontefract now, with the renovations of Beechnut Lane. There's going to be a 3G pitch installed at the stadium. You know, that's a growing trend in non-league football, and to be honest, I think there's probably going to be a time in 10-20 years where pretty much every non-league ground has a 3G pitch, just because of the extra revenue it creates. Continues a lot of renovations that have happened at Beechnut Lane that we've seen over the last few years. Long forward to their number 7, who's quite nippy. Turner got a foot in, but it just went to Pontefract's left. Knocked over to the channel. Eagledon will get it away. Turner keeps it in. Got pressure in. Tackle goes in though, and Pontefract have the ball high up before Charlesworth just slammed it away. It goes out for a throw-in to Ponty. So the ball goes away, goes out, and then Turner will send it out to left, but intercepted by the number 4. And now Pontefract will go on to the attack again, down on the right, but the 7 just can't get control of it, will go out for a Stocksbridge throw. Sorted out the scoreboard for you now, so it's 4 minutes gone in this game. It's 0-0 between Pontefract and Stocksbridge. Pontefract having more of the ball at this point in time, as Owen does very well to win the ball and gets it to Grejlak, knocks out to the left to Jack Tinker, sends it upfield, but will go out of play for a throw-in. Seeing that Stocksbridge lineup, you do think that is a very good contender for what the lineup we're going to see at the very start of the season, come that Tuesday night away at Whitby Town on the 12th of August. So I think this is a good test to see if this team would blend well and be a threat to that Whitby side and get us some points on the board early. That's a 10 and back into defence, and all the way back now to this young goalkeeper for Pontefract. Rawson softly pressing as it goes out into defence. Nice ball into the channel 12. First time pass, puts it in the middle. It's a good idea, but Eagledon intercepts. Forward to Turner, who tries to get it out to the right, ends up going out for a Pontefract throw-in. It's Pontefract have been the better team in the first 5. As Ponty launches this up and then knocks into the box for Owen, is able to get it away, the former Pontefract defender. Number 3 throws it into the middle. Number 10 just trying to get past, but then Grejlak able to clear. Just goes back into the Pontefract defence, and we switched out towards the right wing. Number 7 heads out to the right, and then Owen is able to knock it away for Stocksbridge, and Owen just gets a shunt in the back, and it will be a Steele's free kick. Short it goes here to Eagledon, out towards Charles, who takes it down to the chest, forced backwards, knocks it back to Eagledon, forward to DeGruchy, just can't get it out to his man, and it's intercepted. But Grejlak's won the ball high up. Rawson trying to find the middle, just comes off the back of Grejlak's leg, stops the attack in its tracks, and Pontefract able to get the ball away. Hill heads forward, and then well kept by their 12. Number 8 for Pontefract will switch it out to the right. It's a nice switch, just about kept in, and he's got plenty. No, he just can't get that second touch on it to make sure it stays in the pitch. Throwing to Stocksbridge. So back to Tinker after the 1-2, and then he launched it forward, and DeGruchy's going to try and get the right side of the defender, but the number 6 helps out his partner in defence and clears it away. Owen will head it back into the middle. Tongue down well by the Pontefract midfielder, and they get out to the left where there's quite a bit of space. Down the channel, but out of play it goes. Stocksbridge throwing. 7 minutes gone, 0-0 here. In a very pleasant afternoon here at Ingfield. If we see anything interesting on the scorelines happening elsewhere, we will let you know, as Rawson commits a foul as the throw was going towards him. Free kick to Pontefract. Taken short and quickly. Back to the defence, and we'll look to try and switch out to the right. Tinker got a foot onto it, and it's going to go out for a throw-in. Going to be distributed out into defence and then back onto the right. Forward he goes, and nice pass up to the number 7, who's got a bit of space to put a cross in. Low cross headed away by Owen, out for a corner kick. Our first corner of the game will go Pontefract's way. So good. A bit. Just don't swear. So corner kick for Right foot will try and get into the middle. Unmarked number 6, and a good save from Ben Townsend to his right. The number 6 for Pontefract was a completely unmarked. Got a good volley off. It was heading towards Townsend's right hand side, but the goalkeeper was able to stretch and palm it out. It's another corner for the home team right in front of us. Pontefract have started off quite well here and are getting used to what will be their temporary home. Number 10 here will put the corner. It's another good looking one. Head up into the air by Owen. He gets a second header out, and then there's a late collision into the former Pontefract defender, and it will be a free kick for the Steels. And it was a daft one because this number 10 over here would have had another chance to put the ball into the box. We've seen quite a few goals come from second phases over the last few weeks in pre-season. He was a bit winded, Elliot Owen, by that one. That barge went right into his gut. Townsend now will just take his time with it as the forwards go up. Not seen Stocksbridge really get much of an attack going yet. Ball goes out to the right side. Rawson will head it forward. Degush tries to get a touch, but knocked away from him and Barnett. Back it will go to the keeper. Gets out, Turner intercepts. He's in the Pontefract half. He's moving out to the left, trying to find Barnett, but pass is blocked. It will go out for a throw in. Quickly taken to find Barnett, who tries to knock it over his defender, but that number 6 is doing a really good job of blocking up. He's actually lost the ball before Barnett tried to just get the cross to find Rawson, but young 17-year-old keeper able to claim it. Will be back in his arms. That's Allcroft going high from the CMM. Sorry, bumper road, come on Steels. I imagine that means car. As Stocksbridge looked to get the ball back, but it was on the right hand side. Pontefract, the number 2, sending it down the channel. Look at this 7, who's been a lively player. Turner managed to get a tackle in, but Tinker can't clear it because of that 7's block tackle, and it's actually come off Tinker last, and Pontefract have the throw in high up the pitch. So yeah, Pontefract have been the better team so far in this one. As they get it out to the number 7 here, and he's in the corner flag, 2 men round him. Ball last coming off Curtis Turner. Ball thrown to the number 10, back out to the right, and he's trying to get the ball in. He's got past Turner. Turner, I think, took a bit of collision, but nothing's been given. The 7's won it in the box, slides it into the middle. Owen clears it, and then hit away by Barnett. Out it goes to Grush, who just volleys that one away, and Barnett's going to try and do all he can to get onto it. But back at the feet of the 17-year-old keeper, who just gets it out into defence. Degushi will press, but outside of him goes to Telfer, gets it caught under his legs. Charles failed to dispossess. Puts the pass forward for Degushi to chase. The 5 using his arm to block him off well as it goes back to the goalkeeper. Stocksbridge are trying to take advantage of some little slips in this Pontefract defence, who are almost ready for their first game of the season next Saturday. As the ball's just going to go out in the end for a Pontefract goal kick. Pontefract get going on next Saturday. They're away at Newcastle Benfield in the extra preliminary round of the FA Cup. A tough tie up in the north-east of England. Benfield can get big crowds in their stadium, lost out in the playoffs last year as Charles heads it away, and then heading in the middle by Degushi. O'Connor knocks it on towards Turner. He's looking to slip Degushi through. He just took a little affection, but Degushi's going to win the ball. Tries to get in the middle. There's a trip on him, and Stocksbridge have a free kick close to the edge of the area. Just Degushi, he's just a nippy, handy player, familiar to the area, having been on loan with Liversidge last year. Gets the foul there, and Jordan Barnett, who's auditioning to be the new set-piece specialist at Stocksbridge, will get a chance to score a free kick. Barnett was on trial with Stocksbridge a few years ago. Did score a free kick against Answorth in that summer before eventually signing for Matlock Town. And we've seen a couple of his free kicks where he hasn't really fulfilled his reputation for what he can do from them. He's got a chance to here though in the Peter Mountain stand at the opposite side to us here. Here comes Barnett's free kick. He's taking a shot. He's trying to curl in the bottom corner, but it's well read by the goalkeeper. He didn't have to dive. He moved over well to just collect that into his arms. It was a nice idea by Barnett, but the keeper saw what was happening, was able to let it, and he throws it out quickly to the right hand side, and eventually Stocksbridge will win the ball back, and they get it down left to Barnett again if he can just keep it in, but the Six has done well to just come in and rob the ball off him and take it forward to the forward, and knocks it on, but will be intercepted by Eagledon, who sends it back to Townsend. Over to Owen now. Take the touch, left foot forward. Rawson can't control, goes past him to the defender, who just returns it back. Owen will track it and then over his head, kick it away to Turner, back to Eagledon, who is under some pressure. He's going to just give it back to Townsend after the keeper called for it. Takes the touch, and now right-footed will send it forward, looking for Rawson. Tries to head it on, will move out to his right and wins it again, but he can't get on to the next one, and it's out for a Pontefract throw-in. 15 minutes gone. 0-0 here at Ingfield. Ball goes forward, and number 9 controlling it well. That's Bailey Thompson up front for Pontefract as it's back into the defence, and out to the right side for the home team, and some good passing from Pontefract as they continue to build going forward. Get past Grejlak, slipped it onto the right hand side, and they're putting a crossing aimed at Thompson, and goes past him. The 7 was the one trying to get to it, but past everyone, but Pontefract get back on the left hand side. The 10 pass into the middle where Charles was able to step up and clear it away. Rawson trying to fight for it, but headed away from him to the 8 on the left, into the middle, knocked over the channel. O'Connor will head it away, and number 3 uses his head to get it away, and then a bit of a clash of ankles between Turner and a Pontefract midfielder. I think it was a 50-50 where there was no foul on either person, or equal amounts foul. Nothing given, and it will be a throw into Stocksbridge. Back to Charlesworth. Back and goes now to Eagledon, who takes it and right-footed across to Owen. Rolls it back, and then left-footed. He's trying to send it down the channel. He's miscued that one, and he'll end up hitting Pete Goldstraw over in the Stocksbridge bench, the only member of the Stocksbridge coaching team here today. Ball knocked forward. Thompson will head it into the middle. Going to intercept, almost lose the ball. Has to just stab it away to Tinker, and he will lose the ball before Eagledon comes to rescue him. But Eagledon's very high up the pitch at the moment. If he does get caught out, but thankfully Eagledon wins that battle and gets out for a throw-in. Says Pontefract have been the better team in the early part of this game. Launch forward. Owen will head it away. Goes to O'Connor, who tries to find Rawson, but intercepted. Back to Turner. Out it goes to Charlesworth, who controls it and sends it down, looking for DeGrucci, who gets a touch on. Can Rawson make the most of it? It's an awkward bouncing ball for him. He holds up the ball, knocks it back in the middle to O'Connor, who looks for DeGrucci on the right, keeps it in. Now he's got a few options in the middle, looking for one. It's Grejlak who tries to get onto it. Some slight appeals, but nothing concrete as it ends up dribbling back to the goalkeeper. Sheffield FC are losing in their pre-season friendly. Actually, no, it's pre-season. It's Northern Counties game, sorry. They're losing 2-1 to Liversidge. Ben Atkinson, the goal scorer. I didn't realise we get Northern Counties updates now, so we'll chuck that on and we'll let you know any Northern Counties East games happening today, seeing as their season has now begun. Yeah, just so you know, it's Alex Hardwick, the former Steel, who scored at this ground last season for Stocksbridge. He put Sheffield ahead, but then 2 goals from Ben Atkinson now have Liversidge ahead 2-1. Ball back, and Owens just misread that ball forward, and Bailey Thompson snuck onto it. Ball played back into the box, but Tinker got an interception, and now it's cleared away. DeGrucci plays it back into midfield for Turner, controls well after it bounced up quite high on him. Forward it goes to Grejlak. His ball forward is a bit aimless, and it's back with the goalkeeper. In the middle, sent forward, and out of play it goes for a throw-in. Tinker will have the throw-in. So he just takes his time with Jack Tinker, as I think Stocksbridge happy to just slow things down a bit before they're able to clear it away. 90 minutes gone. 0-0 here, and there's an offside here. And it will be a young keeper, chance for a free kick. So back with the goalkeeper now. Not really being tested too much other than that Jordan Barnett free kick. Sends the ball forward. Tinker heads away, comes off the back of Pon's player before Grezlak just launches it out. Back it goes with the goalkeeper, who is very high up and now left-footed. Will come forward looking for Bailey Thompson. He's a good target to aim at, but ball knocked away. Then Grezlak is fouled as he was going for the ball. Stocksbridge free kick as the game settled into that traditional, typical, slow pre-season pace. Goals to tell about in the Northern Counties East. Frickley are 1-0 up on Albion Sports. Luis Afonso Ferreira, the scorer. Ball now with Townsend, who will likely be aiming for Rawson. He is aiming there, but drops a bit lower and is headed away. Back to Ingleton, will get onto the right. Charlesworth will be the man on there. He's got a bit of space to work with on the right. Closed down quickly though and tries to send the ball, diagonal ball into the box. Cleared away, and some good first touch passing has allowed this number 7 for Pontefract to move with pace at defence. He's trying to go one-on-one with Ingleton. Grezlak back to defend. 7 holds it up back into the central field. Poked away by Charlesworth, but he can find their 8. Cleared away looking for DeGruchy now, but it's going to be the number 3 who heads it back. It's a bit of a poor header back, and keeper has to do well to chase it down, make sure it doesn't go out for a corner kick. Ball not forward, but it's just going to go back to Ingleton. Stocksbridge is getting a bit more possession, but not much cutting edge as of yet. Charlesworth can pass forward to Turner, out right to DeGruchy. DeGruchy lays pass off, but he was looking for Barnett, but Barnett was offside, and even though he did eventually leave, I think he interviewed replay enough that the flag was going to stay up, even though he had stopped his run. We'll also try and keep you up to date with any Northern Counties Division 1 score lines happening, but right now, at least according to football web pages, it's all 0-0. Ball goes forward, Owen will head it away, knocked in the air by Grezlak. Barnett will challenge for it, but head it out from him to their 4, who switches it out to the right. There's a chance for him to carry this ball forward. There's Pontefract, will try to play in the middle, but they could have made a mistake here, and Barnett will get on the ball, sends the ball forward, look for Rawson. There was appeals for offside, takes deflection. Rawson controls it, keeper was off his line, now Rawson will take the shot, well saved at the right by the goalkeeper, who palms it out, and it will not go out for a corner. And the defender comes out and gets it back to the goalkeeper. I think he just seemed to slow as it hit the line and stop exactly on the line, allowing the Ponty defender to clear away. As Pontefract did go long, and there's a mistake from Owen, which has allowed the striker to get onto it, but he saw Townsend off his line, tried to go for the lob, and it didn't work out for him in the end. Goal kick here. Yeah. And with 22 minutes gone, it's Pontefract Collieries 0, Stocksbridge Park Steels 0. So Ingleton will play it short. He's gone forward, looking forward to DeGruchy. He's trying to turn his man, turn the number 3 well. Now to Rawson, who's moved on to the right. Then to Charlesworth, and Charlesworth sends it on the top. Look for DeGruchy. DeGruchy brings the ball down well. He's got no targets in the middle, though. He's going to try and play it in the middle, looking for Jordan Barnett, but it didn't have that much power on it, and Pontefract able to clear. The Stocksbridge are starting to be a bit more lively in attack, though, now. Eccles Hill are ahead against Bottisford Town. Idris Atta, the scorer. Hill have now moved to Keighley's ground, but they are playing away at Bottisford today, so have not been able to christen the new stadium yet. That's Keighley Cougars Rugby League rather than Keighley FC. Ball back to Charlesworth, who keeps it in, launches the ball over the top, but well claimed by the keeper, who, for his young age, does look very confident and composed back there. launch out to their 8, who's got plenty of space to move into because Charlesworth's not been able to get back yet, and he is going to use that space down the left-hand channel, looks to get past Grezlak. He's got the pace on him, holds it up, Grezlak got a foot in, a bit of shirt pulling from both players before Grezlak's able to get his foot in and knock it out for a throw-in. Just going to have a brief stoppage here. The number 7, who has been a good player for Pontefract today, he's just having to have a bit of checking and may have pulled something, but it looks like he will be able to continue without any further treatment. So back to this free here for the throw-in. Elliot Owen is shout out his defensive orders. Thrown to Thompson, I think something that looked like a foul throw, but in the end it doesn't matter because Grezlak tags it now. Turn against it, tries to find Rawson. Pass block now to De Gruchy, who tries to get it through the legs of the 5, who is back trying to block a counter-attack, and he does that. It's out for a Stocksbridge throw-in. Pontefract get their defenders back in position. So now with Charlesworth. Sends the ball forward, headed away by the defence. 10 tries to control it, brings it down a bit more deadly than he expected to. Certainly got a footing because of that. Grezlak dingoed away. He wanted a free kick for a nip on his ankle, not given. And now Pontefract have a chance to go on a counter themselves as on the right wing. He's moving onto his left, then we'll find the overlap. And Turner gets a tackle in really well, and then Tinker back, pass it out to Turner. He'll slow it down, back to Elliot Owen, takes it on his left, sends it down the channel. Headed away though, back in midfield. Grezlak will control as he will find out, trying to find Charlesworth, but took a deflection and it's back within the Ponty defence now as they look to begin their next attack. Sending it forward and headed on. Number 4 will bring it down to feet, but gets robbed of the ball by Turner. Turner ends up losing the ball. No free kick given. Eventually one's given. I think it's been given Pontefract's way. Could have gone either way, to be honest, that one. But I think there was an initial foul from Curtis Turner. The referee is penalising. As Pontefract are on a good attack here on the right hand side after taking that free kick shot, but then lose out the ball. Rawson has it, trying to hold up play, try and turn and get the pass out, but pass out is blocked. Throw in to Stocksbridge, very close to the front of the Ponty bench. Tinker will throw it short here to Barnett, who's getting harassed all the time. Back it goes to Tinker, who just launches it upfield. Headed away by 6. Grezlak's trying to get onto the ball. He goes past him, tries to get it back into defence, and it will be a Stocksbridge throw in after it came off a Ponty on last. I think the linesman was just taking his time making that decision. As it's back now with Tinker. Stocksbridge are trying to create a few more opportunities. They have struggled to do so in this game. Tinker launch it downfield. Rawson will head it on. They find De Gruchy, but he's offside and was about half a yard there. And I can say that from the opposite side of the ground. So obviously the linesman was going to get that call right. In the Northern Counties Division 1, Crowell Couts, who are new to the division, were promoted last year. They lead 1-0 away at Ilkley Town. Henry Cook, the scorer. As the ball goes long from the goalkeeper here, Thompson tries to get over it, but he just bounced over his head. And Stocksbridge able to partially clear it. Eventually Barnett tries to get forward to De Gruchy, knocks over the top. Offside flag is up again. De Gruchy is not a fan of this linesman, I don't think, anymore. He's caught him a couple of times as he tries to just get that right inch so he can use a bit of his pace. He's not the quickest player in the world. He's got pace, but not the quickest, so I think he's trying to just get that extra half yard, or just try and get the right line so he can burst through and get away from his man. But the linesman in 2 minutes has caught him out twice. That one was a bit closer call though. All that to the left into the middle, intercepted by O'Connor, but just gets blocked and out for a throw-in. Out throw to the number 7, looking to hold it up. Back it goes into midfield, straight short into the middle and trying to get down the channel to the number 7. Good crossing, but there is an offside in the build-up, and well, the linesmen are getting a good workout on their arms, raising it up and down at the moment. We've had Stocksbridge have tested the linesman on our opposite side, and this linesman is closest to us now, having a bit of a test. Townsend will send the ball forward, looking for Rawson. He tries to head it on, but misses that one. It will go out for a throw-in. It'll be a Pontefract throw-in. Tadcaster Albion are leading 1-0 against Beverley Town. Charlie Owen, the goal scorer there. As the throw-in from Pontefract goes forward and then cleared down the channel, as the 7's going to try and win the header, but Eagleton's onto it with a chest that goes out for Pontefract throw-in in the Stocksbridge half. Can't say this has been an exciting one, but it has, been good for both teams. Both teams are working hard, and I think both defences have been rock solid in this game so far. Pontefract march forward onto the right wing, back it goes into midfield, diagonal ball into the box, and 7 brings it down. Thompson takes a shot, the block takes all the sting out of it, and it dribbles out to Ben Townsend. Things 0-0 here with 30 minutes gone. Townsend now will launch the ball forward, head it away and up into the air, and then headed it right back. Greyslake got something onto it, intervenes before it's played back out towards O'Connor, sends one down the channel. Barnett's going to try and get to it, but I think it's going to be a bit too much for him. Not only was it a bit too much for him, he was offside. That linesman once again getting his work out in. So back now with the Pontefract goalkeeper. So as he told beforehand, he's a young lad, just getting a good try to it with the regular keeper not here. Not too many tests, but has looked accomplished with dealing with crosses. Pontefract tried to head that ball forward away. Greyslake can't get it in control. Turner tried to, but his pass forward was blocked. It's back with Turner. Got 2 men around him. He's trying to escape the pressure. Does and finds Eagleton with some space, and he'll just stride forward with it and takes the shot to DeGruchy. Quickly out to the right to Charlesworth. Just has to peg back his run though to get to it. In the middle to Turner. Always comfortable on the ball, and well, it's his first pre-season game, and that was a pass of the first game of pre-season because he's trying to send it down the channel for DeGruchy to chase, but it's well overhit and goes out for a goal kick. 31 minutes gone in this game. It remains 0-0. Well, if you want to support the commentary and support this live stream, we are monetised on here, so what you can do is, if you look at that next chat box, there's that little $sign. You can give us what they call a super chat. That's a donation of your choice that goes to the football club and helps support these commentaries, support the media team, and support the club in general going into next season, because we've got some big trips to do next season. Lots of them as well. There's no local derbies in the Northern Premier League Premier Division. As Stocksbridge win the ball high up, but it's just going to ricochet into the box. Barnett can't get to it. The keeper's there first. Stocksbridge press though, working quite well on that occasion. Also, the person who does the most supers and comments on our thing gets those, you might notice them, gets those little crowns next to them, and who don't want a crown next to them in a chat? As Bailey Thompson rags down, I think, his man there. I think it was Eagleton, and I think the accusation is that he connected with the face of Paul Eagleton, so there's a lot of people surrounding the referee. Yeah, Paul Eagleton, who's just been, I think, had contact with his face from Bailey Thompson, the Pontefract forward. Didn't look like there was any sort of malice in it or anything. Probably would be a yellow in a competitive match, especially with the way that both teams are, coming around the referee after that, but it will just be a free kick on this one. Eagleton is now up and looking fine. Eagleton doesn't seem too happy that there's no extra punishment other than the free kick, but it is still pre-season. Did see a yellow card at Briggett House though for one of their players in Jordan Barnett after there was a few afters following a tasty tackle. And the word friendly, I think, was forgotten. Townsend now will send this forward. Looking for Rawson. Rawson did get a head onto him, but no one was peeling off, and it will go out for a goal kick. I think Stocksbridge are going to have to think about things a different way. The long balls are not working. Because a team that were able to score plenty against last year. It was 7-0 on aggregate over the 2 games against Pontefract for Stocksbridge last year. James Morris in particular was on form in those games. We'll be seeing him in the second half. Around 60 minutes, where we expect the substitutes to come on. Ball going forward from the Pontefract keeper. Iggulden heads it away. Degushi gets it onto the right. Charlesworth looking to run onto it. Rawson's peeled onto the right, and that's what Charlesworth's looking for, but the defender's done well to get something onto it and get it away. Will be a Stocksbridge throw-in. The Steels have a chance to get an attack going here. Charlesworth over to O'Connor, then back Charlesworth. Outright to Degushi, tried to find Rawson, does do so, but he has to turn his back to goal, back to Charles, chance to put a cross in. Great sliding challenge from the 7, and he does well, because it just slows up and stops it from going out to play. Will be a throw-in, but the concerning thing is that after that sliding challenge, Tom Charlesworth has stayed down. He is now sitting up, thankfully, watching this. It's at the opposite side of the ground to us, and Liv Phillips has not been given the okay to come on yet. It's not what we want to see. Thank you for the super to show. We appreciate being able to listen while not being able to attend. £10 donated. Thank you very much for that, as Tom Charlesworth is now back to his feet. He's holding his shoulder, which was an injury he suffered last year. He suffered that way over at Emily in that Tuesday night game in February following the postponements on Boxing Day. Rolling out for a few games. Hopefully that's not a reoccurrence. That can be an issue with shoulder injuries, is that once they're out, they like to keep going back out. But Charles is back and he will take the throw in. Liv Phillips not necessary on that one. Charlesworth will get forward to Grezlak. Back to Owen, who tries to get onto the left to Jack Tinker. Sends forward, but his pass forward is blocked, and now Pontefract have a chance for a counter-attack. It's a quick pass out to the right wing. Pass goes forward, but Owen, good slide challenge, gets away. Pontefract remain on the ball in midfield, switching it out towards the left. A little scorpion-like kick from the 10 keeps it in control, and now out to the left. Knocked out down the channel, and the 7 will try and judge the bounce. It's just too high and bouncing for him, though it will go out for a goal kick. Hello, Adam Teasdale saying, listening in from Turkey. Yeah, we need you to send yourself a picture in the Stocksbridge shirt in Turkey. Add it to our map we've been sharing on our social media channels of how far around the world we could get the Stocksbridge shirt. Want to see that on all 4 corners. Want to see who can get it furthest away and in the most obscure place as well. As the ball goes long from Townsend, but eventually it's just got onto one of the Pontefract defence and headed back to their goalkeeper. Townsend's a bit frustrated that no one's getting close to these balls forward from him. Ball looking for Thompson, having a good old wrestling match with Elliot Owen, and Elliot Owen is going to get penalised. And the first bit of noise we've heard from a crowd today, quite a peaceful crowd today, is them cheering that Owen has been penalised for that. I think it's also a bit of taunting of one of their former players as well. Left last summer to come to Stocksbridge, and has done fantastic for the Steels ever since. Won several Player of the Season awards, and also obviously got promotion in that incredible playoff final. Ball goes strong enough and then headed on by the free. It's a good header and just over the bar. I think that might be Harrison Spratt who's with a header. It's really good. He's got onto it very well. It's a very clean connection, and it just over the bar. Townsend was scrambling to cover it, but it's the closest we've seen to a goal today. As O'Connor tried to get out to the right, he's not just got underneath the ball too much, and we'll go out for a throw-in. Adam Teaser say we'll try if I can stay sober long enough. Some goals to tell you about in the Northern Counties. Campion are leading 1-0 away at Golcar. Jack Normanton the scorer, while Penistone are ahead of 1-0 against Handsworth. Leon Hillsbrook has scored. He got the goal against Stocksbridge in a pre-season friendly. Elsewhere in the Northern Counties Division 1, Wakefield are 2-0 up away at Glassoughton Welfare. Rhys Thomas and Akil Francis have got the goals. So it's a free kick for Stocksbridge in their own half. Ben Townsend taking with the defenders going forward. Eagledon and Owen, some of the big targets for him to aim at. Down in the diagonal, will look to get it into the box. Headed on by Owen, but he didn't get a really strong connection onto it. It bounces back some for the goalkeeper. Does go down as a shot on target, but not one that's going to be remembered with much menace. As the keeper launches this upfield, and it's Owen who misses his header, but he was pushed in the back by Thompson, and this is starting to get a bit tasty between Thompson and the centre backs of Stocksbridge. Few coming together. So Townsend will come to take another free kick for Stocksbridge. Townsend now with a chance to get the ball forward. Okay, the defenders haven't gone forward for this one like that before, but Townsend will be trying to get this into the box. There he goes, right-footed. Rawson moving to try and see if he can get to it as it goes in the air. Connects it out to the left. Barnett will hit it first time. Well blocked by the defence, helping out their stranded goalkeeper. Bounce on the edge box. Greshlight takes shot deflected. Wide of the goal. Corner kick to Stocksbridge. Good turn and shot from Greshlight. There's a good block though from the defence. It's out for Stocksbridge's first score in the game, and John and Barnett will head over to take this one with Danny Deakin not here today. This was one of the big specialities the Steels had last season. When you got targets like Elio and Paul Eagledon who were really good at getting on the end of these, that helps too. So Barnett will be a left-footed corner from that right-hand side. Puts it into the middle, goes to the near post, head away, another corner kick. He just dips lower than he wanted it to, that Bonnet. And there'll be another chance to take the corner. So, matter people in the middle. He aims it right into the middle. There's a connection and a header, and it's gone into the back of the net. And I think it's Elliot Owen who has got that goal and has scored against his former club. So Elliot Owen, it's just a high hanging corner that goes into the middle of the box. Elliot Owen's the biggest man in that box other than Bailey Thompson. He's simple for him to get onto it. He was unmarked, and the Steels now lead 1-0 here against Pontefract. So now Pontefract will get the game back underway here, and we have now resumed that goal coming on the, I think it was, we say the first segment, but the clock has actually stopped, so we will sort that out. And I think roughly on the goal being on the 40th minute of play, not long from half time now. As Pontefract have got a free kick inside the centre circle on their side of the half. So in second goal of pre-season, showing that he's absolutely capable of continuing his form from last year. Owen on the ball now, he's going to lose it, almost loses it, does well, but he's been forced into his own corner flag. Will do well to rescue it and send it down the channel. Pontefract get the head onto it, but only to Turner, who knocks it out to the right to Eagledon, and he'll head it on towards Turner, out to Charlesworth. Takes the touch out down the channel, looking to get it to Alex O'Connor, but the number 5 will get it first, sends it away. Turner's going to get onto that first, takes it down well, but robbed of the ball. But then that just bounced back to Charlesworth, who back to Eagledon, who has to just punt that one away because he was put under serious pressure. It was an absolute hospital pass. It's going to go out for a Pontefract goal kick. More goals to tell you about in the Northern Counties. Paul Sherburn has put Rossington Main 1-0 up away at Barton. And in the Division 1, Harrogate Railway Athletic are beating Worsborough Bridge. Joe Turner has scored an own goal to put Harrogate Railway ahead. Ball forward, Turner will head down to the middle and tries to tackle it, but now it's going to be Pontefract trying to attack before Owen steps in, tackles it, and he gets a knock on the back by the 10, and it will be a free kick. Alex O'Connor is making appeals to the referee, and it'll be a talking to for the 10 at the very least as we get towards the end of the first half. So getting close to the end of the first half. Stocksbridge, who haven't been at their best in this one, struggled to really create much of note, but they've shown why set pieces are so important by scoring from one of the two they've had. Elliot Owen heading in on that 40th minute. Out to the left to Grezlak, who just can't hold up the ball. The number 2 is able to really push him out of the way, and it's cleared out to the Thompson, who tried to just feint the ball through Owen. Owen wasn't fooled, and that will actually be it for the first half. Feels like we're a few minutes early. I think we definitely are, but welcome to pre-season. Pontefract have had more of the ball. They've looked more likely to create something as well, because Stockbridge have struggled in attacking positions, but towards the end of that first half, the Steels got a couple of corners, and from the second one, Elliot Owen headed in from close range. It's half time here. I've been Adam Allcroft. The Steels lead 1-0. Hello and welcome back to Inkfield for the second half of this pre-season friendly between Stocksbridge Park Steels and Pontefract Collieries here at the home of Ossett United, as Pontefract make this their temporary home, and the Steels are leading 1-0 thanks to that 40th minute goal from Elliot Owen.
Thank you so much. See you in a bit.
Steels are coming out with the same team in this second half, and we'll see the changes happen around the hour mark. So Stocksbridge have got us underway. They're wearing the claret and blue shirts, claret shorts, claret socks, going from right to left, coming to the stand closest to us. And Pontefract are wearing the blue and black shirts, blue shorts and black socks, kicking from left to right. And their number 2 just clears the ball away. Number 4 is managing to get a few bounce on it before Turner's able to get a head onto it. We'll go through the team for you shortly as Charlesworth launches it forward and ends up bouncing out of play for a throw-in. So Stockbridge's team today is Ben Townsend in goal, then Tom Charlesworth, Jack Tinker, Curtis Turner, Paul Iggulden, Elliot Owen, Alex O'Connor, Oliver Grejlak, Luke Rawson, Jack DeGruchy and Jordan Barnett. As the ball is bouncing in the box, and Barnett was trying to get to it, but he went back to the goalkeeper who's claimed it well. Sends it forward. We don't know the Pontefract team. We can recognise Bailey Thompson, but can't recognise anyone else at this stage. We'll just have a little check on Pontefract's Twitter to see if anything has come out. They haven't done anything, but we have got they have got a team out, but we just don't know what numbers they're attached to at the moment. So right now they've got, what it says is there's trialist goalkeeper Hayden Lindley, Spratt, Josh Burns, Sam Greenoff as a captain, Metcalf, Russon, Nathan Modest, who I think is that number 7, Jack Boyle, trialist, and Bailey Thompson. As Tinker just wins the ball well, gets down to the byline, puts the ball in the box, but blocked by Modest. It's a corner kick for Stocksbridge. Curtis Turner will come over here to the corner right under where we are doing the commentary today for this one, and Steele's got the goal from the corner on the 40th minute. Elliot Owen with that goal, and an opportunity to double the lead early into this second half. Not much room for Turner to be able to do the run-up though. Curled into the middle, look for Owen. Owen just misses the header. The keeper's come out to the edge of the 6-yard area to claim it low after it just bounced on the ground. Confident goalkeeping from the young trialist. Ball's returned back to Townsend. As he then just a good little bit of footwork evades Bailey Thompson and sent outwards into the middle it goes, and Turner knocks it but ends up just ricocheting to the middle. Rawson will win it. Out it goes to DeGruchy, who's moving further to the left. Gets it back in the middle, but Pontefract will intercept. Now it goes to the left. Pontefract trying to get it played out, but it ends up coming off last of Charles, who's high up the pitch defending. It goes out for a Pontefract throw-in. We are just trying to update the teams on our graphics here, so you can have a rough idea who's playing. We can tell, by the way, just by the way the players we can't recognise that the order that they've given the list to us is not an order of the numbers. As ball breaks into Grejlak, plays it back in, it's behind Barnett, bounces up on him, and that allows Pontefract to defend. That could have been 2-0 there. It was a great opportunity. Grejlak playing it back. Heck, it's just that, whether it's the pitch, whether it was the pass, it just bounced up on Barnett. It just went right up into it. He couldn't control it. He wanted it that first time. In the end, Pontefract are able to clear. Remains 1-0 to the Steels after 49 minutes. So we try to play it down left, but Turner can't keep it in, so throwing for Pontefract. So of course, about that happened after we went off for half time. Parkgate are 1-0 down at home to Pickering. George Brown has scored, whereas Barton have equalised since Ross Main. Fraser Papril, the scorer. And in Division 1, Harrington Railway are 2-0 up on Wasborough. Sam Clovier scoring from the spot pass from Degushi has been blocked off by Danny Burns. Josh Burns, I mean. In pre-season, I'm still a bit rubbish and all. As the ball's just gone through to Rawson, took advantage of a player out of line, gets it through Burns, takes a finish, and it's wide of the goal. He doesn't get a clean connection on the end, and Rawson, who's still looking for his first goal in pre-season, will have to wait a little bit longer for it. This is a striker, but we talked to Andy Ring about this after the game against Brighouse. You do want to get a few goals in pre-season just to get the confidence up, just so you know where the back of the net is, and he will be disappointed because he did everything right. It was Burns who was much deeper than the rest of the defence that allowed Rawson to break through and have more space than he should have ever been given. And then he did everything right, beat Burns again, who was able to get across and just curled that ball wide, taking an outside swing and far past the far post. Stockbridge just put a free kick in their own half. The Barnet was shunted in the back. So ball back with Townsend. Who will try and find a big man up forward to get this ball to. So he's trying to get it out right, looking for us, but it's fouled way too short and headed away. Charles heads it back, and Bratu came over the top of Rawson. Nothing given. Rawson, he's appealing for the free kick rather than moving in with the attack, and there is an attack going as Deguchi's got the ball knocked to the top. A big side tackle stops Deguchi getting to it. It will be a corner kick to Stocksbridge. Barnet will head over to take. Sheffield have equalised against Liversidge. It's another former Steel in Nathaniel Crofts who scored. Two teams that were relegated from the NPL East last year, duking it out. Both will want to be topping that table come the end of April. As the referees are having words curtailed because of Luke Rawson's protest after that alleged foul. Well, he wanted a foul anyway, wasn't given. So the ball's going to be back for Barnet to take. Left-footed, curling it. It's going to curl it, and then headed away by Barnet, then volleyed towards goal by O'Connor. It took a deflection. It's a corner kick despite some protest from Pontefract. Harry Spratt, the man who's not really happy about that decision. Turner will take this corner. It'll come from the right-hand side this time. So Turner right in front of us here to take this one. Right-footed, curling it, trying to get it to that far post. Oh, he got a touch onto it, then Deguchi miskicks it when he would have had a clear chance. It would not have counted though. The offside flag is up. Just unlucky for Deguchi. Offside was a fair call, but he probably should have done better there as it just bounced right in front of his feet. But that's what pre-season's for, is for working out those little kinks and little miscues. You're going to have them now. Owen heads away that ball, will go skew out and go out for a Pontefract throw-in. Modest has it, he's going to just let Lindley come over and take it though. It forwarded into the midfield, and it'll be a free kick after the 10 there. And there's some afters there between Jordan Barnett and the number 10 of Pontefract. A few arms into the face and pushes away, and there's a few more coming together as the referee blows whistle to try and stop it. It's becoming a bit of a less than friendly at the moment. Someone over was the 10 from Pontefract who had his arms fly up first. As the referee is just here's a few touches. I think originally there was a few call off because the number 10 had passed the ball long after the whistle blown for his free kick. So even though it was Pontefract's free kick, he probably did a Pontefract player who ended up with a booking in a normal game. Neither player will end up with a booking after that. But Jordan Barnett's in the middle of it again, as he was at Brighouse on Tuesday night. He got a booking in that game because of some afters. number 10 will have the free kick now after having a bit of a telling off from the referee. Cue right into the middle. Owen heads away, then cleared out back to the 10, who will take it under control into the middle now to their 8, and then out left. And Ross with a sliding tackle will get it away, but only gone back to their 8. The ponytail number 8 for Pontefract, but it's Rawson with another tackle that gets it out of play. Throw in to Pontefract. Into the middle and well robbed the ball. Turner with it now. O'Connor sends it forward and Ross will try and chase, but hooked away from him. DeGush tries to pick up the second ball, but Ponty onto it. Spray out to Lindley on the right now. Modest is calling for it. Modest, the former Wednesday and Sheffield FC forward, just being penned in by 2 players, and it goes out for the Pontefract throw. Modest takes it quickly, finds Thompson. Gets it down the right, finds Modest again. Ball down the middle, blocked. It doesn't go out yet. Owen wins the ball back. O'Connor back defending as well, passes it out to Tinker, who will launch forward. Takes a block, and DeGruchy will get it out to Grezlak, and he's ball onto the ball forward. Rawson get a bit of pushing, shoving, and that stopped him from getting full release, and the offside flag was up on him anyway, so Rawson wanted the foul, but it was actually him who committed the offence by being offside. 55 minutes gone in this game, 1-0 to the Steels. Ball goes out and Stocksbridge clear it back, but it's only back with Spratt again, who's again going to launch it right up the field, and more wrestling happening with Bailey Thompson's flinging arms, and he's been penalised that, and Bailey Thompson is going to be summoned over. Ben Townsend is making his appeals to referees, rushed right out there. I think under the auspices that he will be taking a free kick, but I think he'll turn the way to try and influence the referee. And looks like the captain Greenoff is going to get told to come up as well. And there will be a talking to for Pontefract as it starts to get a bit more heated here at Ingfield. Thompson will not get a booking. I think could have ended up being sent off with him, sort of fouls he's done as well. I think Greenoff's just been told, right, get your lads, calm this down, because it's getting a bit much now. Ball goes forward by Townsend, headed away by Burns. Now it's left to Boyle, but foot in well from Charlesworth, out for a Ponty throw. Ball going forward, looking to get it into the middle, and Nodis goes down under a push from Owen, nothing given. Tries to find the middle, and eventually O'Connor gets it after a block. O'Connor carry on forward, a bit of space. Big slide time for Modis, and it appeals because it did look like he got the ball, but the referee, I think, is just losing his patience a bit now with the way the teams are acting. And it will be a free kick to Stocksbridge. Been some heated affairs between these two teams over the last few years. In particular in 2022 when Luke Mangum was sent off for kicking out in, well, Craig Rouse managed Pontefract, and it was a typical Rouse game. Looked like they were going to nick it Pontefract to the end before a counter-attack saw Ben Partridge score from 40 yards for the Steels. And in one of my more famous commentaries, because I reacted quite happily to that result. Headed away, the free kick by Lindley. Lindley's Tinker's race to be the first one onto it, but it went between their number 10 who got onto it first. He only knocks it further down the channel, out for a throw-in for Stocksbridge. In about 4 minutes we are going to see the substitutes come on for the Steels. We'll get them up for you who they are going to be. Players coming on that we'll see are Roxburgh, the trialist, Jack Crook, Alf Wilkinson, James Morris and Jack Watson. As Grezlak heads it on. Cleared away though by Burns. Iggulden tracking with Thompson getting onto him, and in the end with Modis also causing a problem. Iggulden just has to hook that out for a Pontefract throw in an attacking position. So back now with Lindley, who's waiting for the ball to return to him. One of the fans has played a good ball boy and got it back to him, so the game will now resume. It's a good touch here by the 10, but being well covered as well by Grezlak, who knocks it away, but it's still an attack position. It was a drill ball forward here by Metcalf that ends up just going out to play for a Stocksbridge goal kick. Imagine the substitutes will happen now. For Stocksbridge, so let's see who is heading off. So Luke Rawson, Charlesworth heading off, Eagleton heading off. I think it looks like Jordan Barnett might be heading off. I don't think that was one that was scheduled. Oh, it was actually. I'm just looking at what I was sent this morning. Townsend also heading off. He'll be replaced by Roxburgh. The trialist also has made his way onto the pitch. So we'll update our team. I think Alfred Wilkinson is on there as well. He's moving on to the left wing. So I'll leave Oliver Gray's still in central midfield. I think he might move out onto the wing as he was used in that second half of last season. So we'll update your sheet on here as Roxburgh gets his first touch on the ball forward. Burns will head it back and the trialist will track it. Thompson's running right behind him, but Roxburgh's out to the box. He just sends it out and hits the top of the dressing room as he goes out for a Pontefract throw-in. Kurt Turner's headed off to replace by Jack Crook. And Jack DeGruchy has moved into right back to replace Tom Charlesworth. Trialist on the ball now as he sends it back to Roxburgh. Sends it upfield, but it's just going to fall really nicely for the number 8. Actually, the bounce just takes it over his head, but he gets it on the turn, and before he's intercepted by Jack Crook, gets it out to Jack Watson, who is turning, tries to slip it back to Crook, but it's intercepted, and back in midfield it will go. Down onto the left blocked, and DeGruchy will get it, sends it down forward, but then knocked away by Burns, and out it will go for a Stocksbridge throw-in. We're just waiting for a chance to be able to restart with a throw-in. I think we've updated everyone who's substituted now. The front goes on the right, and there's a chance here as Morris turns. He's looking to find Wilkinson, and he just was a bit short of him. Eventually, the clearance is blocked by Wilkinson, goes out for a goal kick. But some good moments early on from this change team after the hour mark. So the trialist goalkeeper will head over to take this one. Moves on to his left clearly. So some more goals to tell you about. Fackley are 1-0 up on Wombwell Town. Paul Walker the scorer. Fackley looking to get back into the playoffs as they were last year. And Cadcaster Albion are 2-0 up on Beverley. Kieran Greenway has scored. A couple of goals also in Division 1. Selby had taken the lead against Durham District, but then Durham got the equaliser through Jamie Austin. As the Steels will have to launch one over into the stand again. It will be a Pontefract throw-in who are having more and more possession of the ball as this game goes on. Ball in the middle and back out to the left and trying to play in the middle, but Pontefract are able to keep the ball, trying to find the diagonal. It's a poorly hit diagonal that will just dribble out for a goal kick in the end. 63 minutes gone in this game, and it's 1-0 to Stocksbridge. That 40th minute goal from Elliot Owen, one of the people who stayed on the pitch to do the full 90 today. Pontefract in their final pre-season game before they travel to Newcastle Benfield next Saturday. Steels 2.5 weeks away from their season opener away at Whitby Town. Burns heads the ball away, and it's an awkward bouncing ball, but the trialist will get to it first and heads it back to Roxburgh. Trialist gets the ball, he's going to send it short to Morris, who drops deep to collect, goes further back to the trialist, holds it up, takes a few steps forward with it, moves it onto his left, tees it up and sends it down the channel to Greshak, who is now on the left, and he goes beyond him and out to play. Greshak did get a bit of pushing and shoving from Lindley, but We are going to see a Pontefract substitution before the game gets back underway, and we don't have any numbers, so we don't know. Looks like Greenoff is going off to be replaced by someone. Most of the bench, though, for Pontefract are trialists, which is a bit surprising at this stage of the season. Nathan Modis is also heading off for Pontefract. So the ball's going to be back with the number 2, Linley. Sends it forward, back to Linley, who will try to get it down the channel, but it goes out to play for a throw-in. Another goal on the Northern Counties to tell you about. Beverley have got one back against Tadcaster. Macaulay Snellgrove has scored from the spot. Beverley Town were the playoff final losers. They lost to Hallam on penalties in that final back in April. Now losing to Tadcaster as they look to get another promotion bid underway, but have got one back. Tinker with a throw in it. Throws over the top, finds Watson. Tries to knock in the middle. Wilkinson misses his contest, and Burns is able to carry it out. As it goes into the midfield, trying to get it to Boyle on the left. Having to drop deep to get it. Launched it forward, looking for Thompson, but Owen just voids away, but only back to a Pontefract player who is marching forward, but well in from the trialist. Back to Spratt. Having to double back here as he puts it into midfield. And then it's a good counter-attack. Greslak slips through. It's Jack Watson who's going to go through. Watson, he turns his man, puts him on the ground, but then he's back up on his feet. The substitute defender has come on to tackle Watson and get the ball away. Watson probably should have done better with that one, as the other substitute who's come on, the number 14, is on the right, slips the ball into the middle, knocked out to the edge of the area, and then cleared away by O'Connor at the last. So could just about defend that one. De Gruchy volleys that away, but didn't get the direction on it to allow James Morris to break free. Cleared. Throw for Stocksbridge. So ball now with De Gruchy for the throw-in, who was reverting to being a right back in the last half an hour of this game, after him being used on the right wing earlier on. Ball goes forward, headed up into the air and out for another throw-in. Ball goes out, not for by De Gruchy, and Watson just doesn't have track of it, comes off his back, but he's able to get control. Back goes to Morris, who puts the cross in, look for Wilkinson. Wilkinson, good header, good save by the dangling left arm of the trialist goalkeeper. A well-deserved round of applause for him. Wilkinson's done really well just to get enough space to really put some power on that header, but the trialist keeper's done a good job just palming that one away high to his left. Out to the right to De Gruchy, trying to get down the line, can't do so, goes back, tries to get it back here to Greslak, who puts passing, takes a deflection, and it will go out for a corner kick. Wiseman just taking his time making that decision. So we'll trying to see who's actually going to be taking this corner. Normally it'd be Alex O'Connor, but he's still in the middle. And it's going to be Alex O'Connor eventually. The Stocksbridge coaches have had to shout, "Hey Alex, you know you're on corners now," because there's no Danny Deakin and no Kurt Turner and no Jordan Barnett on the pitch at the moment. And only Greslak's been told, you need to get to the edge of the air. Oh, it's a very disorganised corner, this, as it goes into the middle, bounces once, and then the trialist centre-back got something onto it, but could only send it over the bar. God, that was one of the most disorganised set pieces I've ever seen, yet the delivery from Alex O'Connor was actually really good and almost created a goal. So we have a goal kick for the trialist goalkeeper. Selby are back ahead against Durnan District. That mysterious unknown player strikes again. I think they just not put their team into the football web pages as the Northern Counties on FWP for the first time. It makes Our lives a lot easier because we can track the video printers and live scores in action and provide a decent experience for you guys listening, so you can keep track of much more of non-league with us over the next year. As Owen has the ball in defence, he's carrying it forward now, goes over the halfway line and will take it short to DeGruchy. DeGruchy curling ball into the middle. Wilkinson manages to knock over the keeper. It only just takes it wide, though he couldn't keep it on target. He actually goes out for a throw in the end, but the goalkeeper almost got caught stranded there, coming out for the ball. DeGruchy's cross was fantastic. Linley to have this throw in now in front of us. Sent forward and Wilkinson will send it into the middle. Watson heads it back. Crook, who we've not seen much of in this second half since coming on. He does well, turns well, sends a diagonal looking for DeGruchy, who's come well forward, and he just tried to rescue it. He just inches off though, out for a goal kick. 70 minutes gone in this game, 1-0 to the Steels, and Stocksbridge have taken control again and are looking to double their lead. Ball goes forward, headed away by the trialist, knocked out way by Greshlight, but no one's there for it. Cleared out, so Greshlight has moved down to the left wing with Wilson in central midfield. Looked like it was going to be the reverse to begin with. I'll tell you, summer being at infield, you get a, if you like your flight radar, you'd get a good share. We've had a fair share of planes and helicopters go over the top. Probably keeping someone in here occupied during this pre-season friendly, which has seen a bit more attacking over the last 10 minutes, but not been the most thrilling encounter. I can imagine there's a bit of a crossover with the people who love checking for planes on flight radar and ground hoppers. Just feels like there's a natural crossover there. As Tinker volleys that throwing away, Morris will fight for it, but head away by the substitute defender. And Greshlight tried to volley that ball away from the 14 to get it, keep it in Stocksbridge possession, but he ends up just giving away a throw in a bit higher up the field than it originally was going to be. Ball back here for the two, but they do keep possession. Pontefract, being put under a lot of pressure. They just volley it away in the end. It's back for Owen as Stocksbridge take over on the ball. Owen sends out to the right to Watson. Now knocks it past to Alex O'Connor. Now down the channel, further it goes. Took a little block, but, well, I thought it took a little block. The linesman obviously disagrees with me, and it will be a throw-in to the home team here in their temporary home of Ingfield. Beechnut Lane under renovations, a 3G pitch being installed. Ball going forward for Tinker, is able to head it away, and Greshlight knocks it on further. Watson will return it, got a shunt in his back, but advantage will be given as the ball put into the box, and now the free kick will be given when the keeper claims that ball. Watson causing no problems since coming on. Had a chance to score, wasn't able to take it though. Has scored once in pre-season already, the equaliser against Penistone Church. It was the first goal of pre-season for the Steels. It's going to be Jack DeGruchy to take this free kick. Albeit it's a crossing opportunity. He's going to put it in. It's a good looking ball before head away from gets Cook. Wilson keeps it in the box, and Wilson will knock it to the edge of the area. Greshlight brings it down, takes a shot drilled, and blocked by Thompson. Out to Wilkinson. He's trying to get the cross in, but being well rolled the ball by this number 8 who plays it back into defence, and it's launched away. Good defending to get some applause from the home fans, and there's a chance for a counter. Is it Pontefract 14 who hits it, tries to get beyond Tinker, but Tinker's read it well and gets it back to Roxburgh, who sends it forward. Not a great kick from him though. Spratt gets it, heads it forward to the left wing, but DeGruchy will follow that and just send that down the channel. Finds its way to Watson, who holds it up well into midfield, and 1-2 back to Watson, who now uses a bit of his pace to go forward, lays it off for O'Connor, then finds Watson again on the right wing, who's got so much space here. Watson on the right wing, time to pick out a man in the middle, but it's a poor cross that is right at the goalkeeper. It's too easy for him, and Watson gets a bit of a shouting at from Pete Goldstraw for that one, because he did everything right, but the cross of Watson gets blocked off trying to press the defender. Played out to Owen, who gets it forward to Crook. Crook now just carrying it forward, out to Degushi then. O'Connor tries to knock it over the top, and Grezlak's going to try and cause a problem here, but Burns onto it first. Burns knocks it out of play, and it came off Grezlak last. It will be a Ponty throw-in. 75 minutes gone in this game. It is 1-0 to the Steels. More goals to tell you about elsewhere. Parkgate have equalised against Pickering. Alex Wanham has got the goal there. Golcar have equalised against Campion. Ryan Wadsworth has scored from the spot. And Frinkley have doubled their lead against Albion Sports. Thomas Alngahuro, the scorer. And there's no more goals about in Division 1. I don't know if there's just no goals in Division 1 or if they've not really worked out how to use the web pages yet. Either or question. Back to Owen, who will play it forward to Watson. Back it goes to Owen, who gets behind some nice neat passing in the middle, but no penetration from yet. But that's the pass that's trying to, and it's a good pass that finds Jack Tinker. It's an opportunity to go forward. He's been tracked though in the middle though to Morris, who turns well at his man, being held, and he's going to knock a bit more space. Tackle takes it away, but he keeps on the ball, takes the right, tries a shot, but it doesn't have the pace on it because he was always going away from goal, so he couldn't really get the purchase on it he needed to, and it ends up being a bit of a dribbler for the goalkeeper to collect. Remains 1-0 to the Steels with 75 minutes gone. As Tinker won the ball there, but then that is an issue because he's staying down. He didn't even try to get back up. Liv Phillips quickly called onto the pitch. Stockbridge have a couple of other left backs in the squad if he's not able to continue, but that is a concerning looking injury for Jack Tinker, who's just still down the pitch. Liv Phillips will administer treatment now, and Tinker will continue. We'll have a look to see if he is going to be all right to continue. He is now sitting up, thankfully, but it's just, well, as soon as that tackle went in, you could just see he was holding that right foot out. He did get a serious injury towards the end of the 23-24 season. Had to have an operation on it, ruled him out for the end of that year. And Tinker, who's been the life and blood of this Steel side, really, over the entire Ian Richards era. He wants to be part of Step 3. He deserves to be part of Step 3, and you hope that's nothing serious. He is now up to his feet, which is really good news. We won't mind him going off in this game, but it's just a concern for the future games. He's just going to head on to the sidelines, walk there, just struggling a bit with that, but looks all right. Hopefully we'll be able to carry on with the game. It's going to just be a bounce ball. I wonder if we might just see Jordan Barnett back in, because that's, I think, because Connor Smythe is the left back that was going to compete with Tinker in that position, but Smythe has got himself an injury. We don't expect him back until about September time. Jordan Barnett, though, is the most likely person to fill in the left back if Tinker's unable to play on the next week or two. Back with Spratt now for Pontefract as the game is underway. Knocked out towards the right, two brings it out. Jack Tinker is back on the pitch and will be able to continue his match, which is great news. Just so concerned when you saw him not, leave his foot out and so still and solid, but he is back on the pitch, and Pontefract now have a throw in, which is going to be on Tinker's side to challenge him. Back to Lindley, and there's 10 who's caused problems. And to the two, puts a cross in. It's a good look across the far side. Degushi head away. 8 edge of the area. Sends it out to the side to this 10 who's everywhere at the moment. But he will lose the ball here to Jack Crook, who then lays it off for Tinker. And we'll see how his running is now following that knock. He's going to slow it down though, and back to Crook, who will carry it forward to Morris, who just can't get control. It just loops away from him. And now it's this substitute winger, but Tinker wins the ball off him. Knocks it forward, blocked, and back with Lindley, who sends it back into the middle, and Owen will win the ball. Owen sends over the top for Watson to try and chase, and he misses that header, but it So does Pontefract, and they can only clear it out to Grezlak. And Grezlak sends it down the left-hand side forward to Watson. Lots of players calling for it. Lots of people are spacing the midfield. And he's going to get to Wilkinson, and then one touch pass to O'Connor on the right. DeGruchy wants the ball. He's gone very high up the pitch. Back to Owen though, and he's going to come very high up. Forward it goes though to Wilkinson. Back to O'Connor. Out looking for DeGruchy. Deflected away from him, and Morris is going to win the ball, and he tries to knock it out looking for Watson. Headed away though to Crook. Crook carries it out to Watson. Watson takes a drill shot. It's right at the goalkeeper though. Good play though from Stocksbridge, who will be happy with the quality of the passing during that move. 79 minutes gone. Steel's leading 1-0 thanks to that header from Elliot Owen. Ball goes forward. DeGruchy can only head it out for a throw-in to Pontefract. Now Pontefract trying to play it into the box, and being well read though by the defence, who trying to dribble it out of play now. They end up just knocking forward. Probably that's when the old-fashioned would be saying just rose at it and get it out of the box. But Pontefract now have the throw-in. Stocksbridge do survive that one. Back it goes to Spratt, but a well-in tackle from Jack Watson, who has been very lively in this game. Or into the middle. The ball goes in and knocked out, and it will be a throw-in. Spratt will have the throw in. Pontefract having a good spell of possession at the moment after surviving some scares from the Steelers' attack. Back to Spratt. Play towards the edge of the area. DeGruchy's going to look to win it off him though, and ends up being Wilkinson who slides it away. Grezlak tries to knock on, is looking for Morris, but instead before he can get to him. And now Ponte have done well to keep that in, as they've got an attack going themselves. The 10 just manages to escape from Jack Crook, but it's forced him back to Lindley. Out wide to this number 14, Tinker, good tackle in, and now Tinker gets the ball played back to him as he will look to get the counter-attack. Tinker sprinting forward. Can he find Watson with the ball? That's who he's looking for. Falls a bit short, headed away. O'Connor gets it, forced backwards, out to Watson, but a sliding tackle gets it away from him, but it only goes to DeGruchy, who will go forward into space. Cross, though, is too high, and out it goes for goal kick. It hits the media box close to us. .81 minutes gone, 1-0 to Stocksbridge. Back with the trialist goalkeeper Pontefract, who we believe is just from their reserves team. And he'll now launch it forward with his left. His kicking has been very impressive for a young lad. One of the things that normally comes with age as a goalkeeper. As there's appeals for a free kick for a high foot on Stocksbridge, and despite Alex O'Connor not being happy about it, it has been given. I think the appeals were what won that one. I think everyone's trying to get a yellow card for each other in pre-season, which is not really on. So Pontefract will have a chance to launch the ball into the box and see if they can get an equaliser, a confidence boosting equaliser going into that FA Cup game against Newcastle Benfield. You just have to wait because he had the free kick taker had to tie his shoelaces. Right footed to the far end of the box, headed back into the middle to the edge of the area. There is a shot, but it's a shot on the turn that was always going wide, and Mikey Roxburgh didn't even move for that one. Well, if you have enjoyed the commentary today, you can thank us and support us by giving us what is known as a super chat. To do that, you can go to that little dollar sign next to the chat box where you leave your comment. You click that, you can give a donation of your choice, comes to us, the club, and it really helps us support the media side of things, because this does all come out of my own pocket. And also Stockbridge do need a bit more money to survive, as Ben Townsend just came rushing off the bench, really angry about something. I think the number 10 had just maybe left something a bit late on Jack Croak. Back to and Townsend just told to sit back down now by Pete Goldstraw, but he really wasn't happy. Came rushing out, ready to have a go. And Spratt launches forward, Owen heads it away and brought down by Watson. High foot, keeps control of it, but he's been penalised for the high foot. Free kick to Pontefract. But as things going, Pete Golstraw, who is the only coaching staff member here today, he will keep his unbeaten streak as when he is filling in for Ian Richards and Andy Ring. Had some impressive results in some of those pre-season friendlies. I think the most impressive was actually the 0-0 as far as it went. He had basically no players, and yet we managed to keep that 0-0 draw against the team that had plenty of talent in it, like João Silva and Dylan Yumby. Include a ridiculous last goal line clearance from Dan Nelson, who captains the reserve side once again. Waiting for throw in now. Jack Tinker's got one close to his flag, he's just waiting for the ball to return back to him. Taking its time here. Ball going forward, head away though. Alright, into the midfield, and well won by Watson, who spreads out quickly to Gucci, who's got space to move into. Takes it, and then he's going to launch a diagonal. He's looking for Alfie Wilkinson, brings it down with his right Wilkinson, but then that's way on the 19, and there's appeals again as there's a coming together between the two players. Pontefract bench were up on their feet, very unhappy about that, and will be another free kick. And Alex O'Connor Wilkinson just being shouted back into the positions by Elliot Owen, who trying to make sure they don't get into any sort of actual trouble. Treatment happening on this trialist centre-back that's come on for Pontefract, so in play. So we're going to have a check-in on the Northern Counties, and Beverley Town, who are 2-0 down to Tadcaster Albion, have now made it 2-2. Matthew Plummer has scored the equaliser. There is 7 minutes to go in that game. Both teams will be looking for a winner. We'll go through the fixtures, the current score lines in that division. So it's 1-1 between Barton and Rossington Main, 1-0 to Eccles Hill, 2-0 to Frickley Athletic, 1-1 between Golcar United and Campion, 0-0 between Knaresborough and Horbury, 2-2 between Liversedge and Sheffield FC, 1-1 between Parkgate and Pickering, 1-0 to Penistone Church against Answorth, 2-2 between Tadcaster and Beverley, and 1-0 to Fackley. So with lots of draws happening, it looks like the team that will top the league at the end of opening day, if current results stand, will be Frickley Athletic, which is not something you would have expected at the start of the day, especially against Albion Sports, who tend to be up there. Ball will go forward now from the trialist goalkeeper. Owen reads it and heads it away. Before he can get to Grejlak though, and it's brought down by the number 14. Out for Linley for Pontefract, who will take it beyond Grejlak, but Grejlak is getting his foot in. It was a bit of a tangle, and now Tinker comes away with the ball. Forward to Morris, who brings it down well. Trying to find Tinker, gets a foot in and ends up losing out on that ball. Linley will get it forward. Pontefract with a bit of an opportunity here as they're close to the corner flag. Puts a cross in, but it's a poor one. Goes to the edge of the area, and Crook will take it away with a few touches, and now down the channel for Morris to chase. Morris looks to get to it, but well read by Burns, who heads it out, and it was Metcalf who did just about keep it in as he sent it down the channel, but it's just going to go down now back to Roxburgh, who will take it out of his box and send it away. Almost closed down on that one as he gets up to Morris, but headed away by the centre back, and the 14 who comes on did not keep it in, throwing to Stocksbridge. 88 minutes gone, we're closing on the end of this one. As looks like at this rate, Elliot Owen's goal in the 40th minute will be the difference. The former Pontefract defender playing against his former team. As Tinker will pass it back to the trialist centre-back. He sends a diagonal up front, and no one's going to be there for that one. It's hit too well. Back to the goalkeeper. take it short into defence, and then back it will go into the keeper, who will send that forward, and it will take a bounce before going out for a throw-in. Stocksbridge will get the ball back. Winterton Rangers have got a late lead against Nossal Miners Welfare. It's an unknown goal scorer. I think some of the Northern Kent teams are just still getting used to it. And well, that'll be that, because the referee has just blown for full time. It's 1-0 to the Steels here. Quite a slow-paced game. The Stocksbridge showed a few more attacking moments in the second half. Chances they could have taken through Jack Watson and Alfie Wilkinson, but it's that 40th minute goal from Elliot Owen, the header from the corner kick, that is the difference. So the Steels come away with another win. Pontefract will be in action next Saturday away at Newcastle Benfield. The Steels and myself will be at home on Tuesday night against Hull City. Thank you for everyone who's been listening today. I've been Adam Allcroft, your commentator. We look forward to seeing you on Tuesday night against Hull. Thank you once again.